Welcome back to Rudy's 1/6 World for another First Thoughts video, and today we'll be taking a look at the latest offering from Hot Toys, coming off their big showcase at San Diego Comic-Con 2022, and we're getting our first look at Darth Vader from the Obi Wan Kenobi series. Now, I don't think it's much of a secret to anyone if you watch any of my other videos that I was a huge fan of the Obi Wan series, so I've been very excited for the releases that they've announced so far, although I do feel that the Obi Wan figure does need some tinkering to the head sculpt. Having said that, this Vader, I think, might very well be the definitive version of the character done by Hot Toys to date. I'm actually surprised that they didn't showcase the damaged head sculpt at San Diego Comic-Con or even at their summer showcase, because I think it really would have gotten people talking about how good this is. So I was surprised that they didn't do that, especially since they're announcing it now, so it looks like it was ready to go. Regardless, let's jump right in and take a look at the figure. And he is a DX release, which used to historically mean that he came with a huge number of accessories and custom bases. Lately, though, it seems to just mean that the eyes can be repositioned with the rolling eye system that they have. This figure also does come in 4 versions. He comes in a standard, a deluxe, and then each version does have a bonus that includes a holographic display of the Grand Inquisitor. So let's look at the common accessories, starting with an entire set of interchangeable hands, which all look to be nicely sculpted with a nice leather-like finish. He also comes with a rock display base, which I think would go nicely with the Obi-Wan base. And he does have an interchangeable, it does seem like it's an interchangeable cloak with a battle damage version as well. And then his chest control panel is also battle damage in the standard and the deluxe. And he comes with 4 lightsabers, it looks like. One is his standard saber, with the other being the version that is showing the blade in motion, which I think has always been a pretty cool feature. And then the nice plus here is that he does come with Reva's broken lightsaber that he takes apart during their fight in the hangar bay. So fingers crossed, this also means a Reva might be incoming. Now, the deluxe includes an undamaged head sculpt, as well as an undamaged chest control panel, and an additional LED light-up base. So really nice accessories. You can essentially get 2 looks out of the figure, which is definitely great. I think that definitely makes this figure, the deluxe, seem much more like the classic DX versions. And the nice thing here is, just like Obi-Wan, he does have a light up feature with USB for the lightsaber, so that'll be interesting to see how it works. Now let's look at the armor and the outfit, and it's Darth Vader. So it's a classic look, but I think that Hot Toys has done a really good job here. I like the leather-like material being used for his main suit with the fabric, tunic, and cloak. It does look from some of the pictures like the cloak is wired, again just adding to that dynamic nature of the posability you can get with the figure. And then obviously the helmet and the shoulder armor look really nicely detailed, including the chain around his neck holding the cloak in place. The belt and chest control panel also do light up, so I think the figure will definitely pop in that sense. And finally, it does look like he isn't restricted by his suit, so he's got a lot of flexibility. So I don't think posing will be problematic for anybody. But let's get to the highlight of the piece, at least what I think is the highlight of the piece, and that's the damaged head sculpt. The helmeted portion looks amazing. Hot Toys has done it before. Hot Toys has done the completely undamaged sculpt here. Looks great. But the damage here is what sets it apart. The damage where Obi-Wan cleaved open the helmet, it's amazingly well executed, showing the burnt bits and the openings on either side, revealing the injured face below. I think the head sculpt also has that burnt, injured look, and there's it's just fantastically well done with the pale color hue on the skin and the red paint around the burns and the cuts. And then the eye, he's got a single eye, right, just like on the show, but it's got that Sith red color. So I think that's the key look from the Obi-Wan show, and I think it continues to show why we gravitate toward Hot Toys. When they deliver a sculpt of this quality, it is just amazing. So overall thoughts are, I think this is the Darth Vader to get. I myself own the Darth Vader that Sideshow released a while back, and it's not a bad figure, but I think it pales in comparison to this one. Now, I was never inclined to pick up any of the other Hot Toys Vader releases because they weren't different enough to warrant it. This figure, though, the battle damage look alone and the sculpt that comes with it really set it apart. I think the final duel between Obi-Wan and Vader on the show was the best part of the series, and it carried such an emotional weight to it. Even the way it was shot with the blue and red shadows being cast by the lightsabers as Vader tells Obi-Wan he wasn't responsible for Anakin's death, it really struck a chord. For me, this figure definitely goes in the want list, which is a pretty extensive list to begin with. I unfortunately just can't pre-order everything I want from Hot Toys. I have about 24 of their figures already on pre-order, and I just can't keep up on adding to that. So hopefully I'll be able to get this figure when he drops along with the Obi-Wan, and maybe take advantage of some sideshow deals at some point. Now I think it's clear from the picture that we're not anywhere near done with this line as well, as they tease the Grand Inquisitor, who also looks great. For me though, the character I'm waiting for is Reva, the third sister. I think she played such a pivotal role in the series, and I know that there was some controversy about her character on social media, but besides Obi-Wan, I think she deserved top billing, and I thought she had a great story arc, and her fight with Vader was another highlight in the show. So I'm hoping Hot Toys doesn't balk on this and actually delivers a version of her. I think the Vader pose with Reva's two sabers could definitely allow us to recreate that fight scene as well. So what do you think of this release? This is one where I think the Deluxe is a great set, but I don't think it's essential. I don't know that I would ever display this version with the undamaged parts. So I might consider just getting the standard here, but I don't think you can go wrong with either. Now, are you excited about this version of Vader? What do you think about the teased Grand Inquisitor? And besides Reva, are there any other characters you think we might be getting? Let me know your thoughts, and if you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll touch base on the next video.